Okay, from this side, we have Pierce Bassett, Coach Petramalo, Will Stanwyck, and Rex Sanders. Dave, can we just get a comment about the game? We'll open up to questions.
Sure. Good win for us. Certainly one that we felt like we needed to get to a point. It was a week of taking pressure off our players. That was what the whole week was about. It was about moving on. When you perform the way we felt like we performed last Saturday, and you're a proud group and you care about what you're doing, it's hard to let it go. And this week was about just letting that go, moving on. We tried to have a very positive week. We tried to come into this game in a mentally good place. Because I tell you, we were not in a mentally good place last Friday going into Syracuse. We had not had a very good week of practice. It was like pulling teeth, quite honestly. And this week was not. I give our senior captains and our seniors credit. After every practice end, they kept the guys out. We were on spring break. They kept the guys out, had a board session, watched film, went through the offenses in the gym, correct?
Yep.
They put some extra time in and they dedicated themselves to trying to get back to Hopkins lacrosse. So thrilled. Thought we had good balance offensively. Got a couple goals from a couple guys, but really happy we got 2 goals from our face-off guys. And while we came out on the shorter end of that, I thought Drew Kennedy early stepped up and gave us a huge lift. Especially, I think it was his first face-off he took, he got a goal. And that was big. Mike gave us a big goal. And then offensively, I thought we played very well in the first half. And, I thought we got stops. And this thing is about getting stops. When you turn the ball over, when they make a save, it doesn't matter what happened if you come down and you get a stop. And we got some stops today. Now, they can put a lot of pressure on you. I thought they did that in the second half, but that doesn't come as any surprise to anybody. They're a very good team, and they can do that. So I thought we weathered the storm, handled our business, and came away with a win. And I'm pleased with our guys, and I'm really excited for them, quite honestly. But now we got a different challenge, and tomorrow morning, this is over for our staff. It's Carolina, and we'll start to get ready for a team that kicked our rear end last year and embarrassed us.
Questions?
I got dinged up, and I don't know how it happened or exactly what happened, Gary. All I know is our trainer said, you're not going to have Mike. So, okay, and we put in Drew Kennedy, and then in the fourth quarter we actually used the freshman Craig Medeiros. And the nice thing is, Dave Allen's done such a good job with those guys. I know the fourth quarter was not reflective of the hard work these guys have put in. They were good. We were good for 3 quarters. And I just think 1 of 7 in the fourth quarter was unacceptable. But when you're playing with a lead, you can tend to relax a little bit. And I thought their kid did a good job. They really did.
You expect to have Hopkins next week?
I expect to have Mike Hopkins next week.
Wells, can you talk about the offense today? So many contributors, especially a lot of young guys on the team. Maybe elaborate a little bit on what Coach talked about with the preparation for this weekend, the results from that.
Yeah, we knew after Syracuse that we had something to prove, and all week in practice, I think we had probably one of our hardest working practices all week, and I think that contributed to everyone being in the right spots at the right time and knowing the offense, especially that extra work we were doing, everyone knew the right spots to be in. I think that really helped us, and then the shooting, everyone else worked on their shooting this week too, and I think just all the hard work we put in really helped us this week against Virginia. We knew we had to be ready to go because we knew they really needed this game too, and I think that really helped us this week.
Rex, your unit took 13 shots, I think. Can you talk about how, getting shots was a part of the game plan and the approach?
Well, me, Lee, and Ryan Brown, we just kind of worked well together, and we know where we're going to be. Me and Lee been working all week, and we just ended up having a lot of shots today. Ended up working.
There you go. Well said, huh?
Sorry. first press appearance.
Dave, to build off that a little bit, what the boost that you got from your second midfield today?
I would tell you this: they didn't have their best week of practice, not in terms of execution. I think Rex would be the first to tell you. Rex and I we came to an understanding yesterday afternoon, I think, correct?
Yep.
And it wasn't a great week for that group, not in terms of their effort, but in terms of their execution. We thought they were sloppy. But we jumbled up the midfield lines a little bit. And we put Rex with, we took him away from John and John, and we put him with Lee and Brownie. And we just felt like in different games, each one of those guys at some point in time had seen a pole. So now you have some more challenging choices to make. If you pulled Rex like Princeton did, then Lee and Brownie get short stick. I think Brownie one game had a pole, and then that leaves Lee and Rex with short sticks. So I thought Coach Benson deserves a lot of credit. That was his call. I thought he did a great job. He put a new offense in today where we moved more off the ball. We put the ball in the attack stick a little bit more and put it in Wells' stick a little bit more, which we benefited from in particular early. There were a couple of goals where they didn't back up, and that was because I think there was a lot of off-ball movement. You know, so those three guys did a good job today. I thought Lee did a good job in attacking in transition. I thought that's where he was at his best today. Is we put him on the wings of face-offs. We kept him a little bit defensively, and he's real good between the boxes. So he got one there. So this was, again, a team win, and I need to make sure I give credit to our assistant coaches. They all did a great job. Bobby Benson did a great job with the offense, Dave Allen with Bobby, and then Billy Twan did a really good job.
Pierce, can you talk about how critical it was for this defense to play like this today?
You know, I think coming off the Syracuse loss, you know, it was not a good game for defense, and you know, this whole entire week, all the guys worked hard. Coach prepared us, put in a lot of extra work, and the guys were, I think, excited to play, and they knew the game plan, and a lot of the credit for how we played today was to them. And you know, I think it showed in that first half. And I think everybody was prepared, and the tendencies of the offense, of their offense, and you know, I think bouncing back from a tough loss like that, especially defensively how we played, was I think we just want to kind of keep building, because we still the second half made a few mistakes that I think we can continue to grow and get better.
Well, it's probably not just the face-off goals aside. Obviously, that's fast-paced, but just in general, in the first half, it just seemed like there was an extra little pop in the step offensively, whether it was 6-on-6 secondary break, just how that kind of pushed the game where it was at halftime.
Yeah, we came out firing. I think a lot of that has to do with in practice this week. We're doing these 5-minute scrimmages all week, trying to come out early, get good starts, and I think that really contributed to us coming out. We scored goals right away, and I think we just kept the pedal down right in the first quarter, and that just kept us going throughout the game.
Coach, when you see you're coming off a mentally tough week, is it a bit of a treat when you see you today?
You know, it was mentally tough because you don't perform well, and as a competitor, you got to go look yourself in the mirror. And my job was to inspire our team to play last week, and I didn't do that, obviously. And their job was to play the way we wanted them to play this weekend, and they did that. You know, it's a privilege for us to be here. I think we've been in this tournament since it's begun, and quite honestly, we get it. We get where this fits into the big scheme of things. You look at the Maui Classic and those basketball tournaments and all those teams that took those chances early on to give up home games to go play in a hot gym, in a little gym in Hawaii. This was a great opportunity for us. It's great for our players to play in a professional venue, which is where the Final Four is held. It was great for us to play in front of a larger crowd, to be in a pro locker room, to come out and practice, and you know, to get that stuff out of the way so that if we do our job and we do have the good fortune to play on championship weekend, we don't walk into a facility and kind of look around and go, wow, we've done it before. And Inside Lacrosse has afforded us that opportunity, and we're very thankful for it.
Well, what was it like coming down here and playing on the same field as football's best team?
It's definitely pretty cool. You know, the Ravens are the best team in football, so it's always nice to come down and play on the same field as them.
Besides obviously shooting the ball well, pushing the ball well, how much was today that you prepared for?
today was about a couple of simple things, Gary. One was playing loose. It really was. If you looked at us against Syracuse, we made mistakes. We gave up goals in every conceivable way. And we did things that you look at and you go, we're a senior, we're a mature group there. How are we doing this? We turned the ball over in any way you could against Syracuse. I mean, Lee Coppersmith threw a bounce pass, threw a two-bounce pass to a guy that was 8 yards from him in Syracuse. We were very tight. I almost feel like we kind of overwhelmed ourselves, and we couldn't get out of our own way. And that's not to take any credit from the way Syracuse played. They played very well. All week we talked about playing loose. So that was one. We played loose. I thought we played extremely hard. The next thing was we didn't turn the ball over a lot. We cleared the ball 19 of 19 times, which was outstanding. We've kind of been on, I think we've been a little sloppy clearing the ball. Pierce has been good for one game to throw one away. We didn't get that today. We handled the ball defensively, and then offensively, I thought we showed some maturity in when to attack in transition, when to pull it out. That credit goes to Coach Benson. But we didn't turn the ball over very much. And when we did, the next key was getting stops. And if you get stops, turning the ball over doesn't mean a thing, because they got nothing out of it. So those were kind of the 4 keys that we went into this game with. And as Wells mentioned, we wanted to get off to a quick start. You know what? We needed to. We needed to.
Pierce, Coach mentioned a little bit, it sounded like the seniors took a little extra ownership this week, some extra practice, getting guys together. Is that kind of maybe something you guys are impressing yourself in the senior class a little more, and see a little bit more ownership of the team, especially if you maybe didn't feel like things were going right earlier in the year?
I feel that the captains kind of came to the scene with this idea of just kind of getting together in groups and doing some more work. I think I was just trying to utilize the time we had this week. We had a lot of time because of spring break. I think we just did a great job of kind of working together, doing drills with different groups, and I think the senior class is starting to kind of work together and help the captains, as because they can't do everything as leaders, and just kind of help them with what they need. I think we did a good job this week, so that's something we can continue to improve on as well.
There's you and the rest of the seniors, obviously, the factor showed the days against Martin. This one right now, how big is it even for seniors that you to remind yourself of, okay, we can play this well against our team like that?
Yeah, I mean, Virginia's a great team. Coming in this week, we knew we had to play well to get a win, and I think we had a good week of practice. We came out excited. We played well. I think it's just good to see as seniors and to see the team play well, and just kind of gives you a little bit of confidence back, especially after kind of Syracuse not playing well, not having a great week of practice. Just kind of showing what the team, when we practice well, we come out excited. We can play really well. And I think that's it's good to have that going forward. But we're going to move on tomorrow and get ready for North Carolina.
One more.
Coach, we were talking about a goalie controversy just a couple of weeks ago. Where do you like Pierce seems to be reestablished in that position? What is it about Pierce's game that you like right now?
Listen, everybody thinks they know a coach's job, and very few do. And the reason isn't because people are not knowledgeable. The reason isn't because people don't understand the game. That's not the case at all. There are very knowledgeable people that are not coaches, that know the game. It's that outsiders don't know our kids. They don't know our team. And I believe at the time, we've always done it with midfielders, no problem. We're gonna jumble up the midfield line. No one's asked that question today. How come you jumbled up the midfield line? No one cared. But you open up the goalie competition, and it's like, oh my God. Our 2 goalies are wonderful kids. They're both very proud young men. They work extremely hard, and I made an educated decision, and that was to put a little pressure on them and to tell them, okay, you decide who's the goalie, not me. You do your job. And I felt like our goaltender didn't play well today. I thought he played terrific today, and I thought he had command of the defense. I thought he knew the game plan. I thought he had a good week of practice. And it's certainly nice to lay your head on a pillow at night knowing what you're going to get. And sometimes all it takes is a game like this. And, you know, they're pretty good shooters. Ryan Tucker and Robbie Emery, and we all know Cockerton can shoot the ball very well. So for our goalie to have this kind of game in, I think, a lot of people would deem a pressure game, I think says a lot for him as a senior, and I hope that he'll take exactly what he should take out of it, which is confidence in his defense, confidence in what we can do if we practice well, and equally as important is confidence in who he is and what he is and how we feel about him. I thought he played very well today. I'll be honest, I thought their kid in the second half played outstanding as well. I mean, he made a couple that I was like, oh boy. You know, so I thought both goalies, in particular in the second half, were good.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.